'cause I'm a fool for your love.
Okay, so I'm just going to start off with my Anastasia eye primer. This stuff is really good, you guys. And in today's video, I'm going to be using the Anastasia NORVINA Volume 1 palette. I really like that palette. It's really good. I definitely recommend it. And this eye primer obviously works great with it, I think, because they're like meant to be together, right? They're from the same brand. And aside from showing you guys my look with this palette, I'm also going to be sharing some tips for hooded eyelids. I know I may look like I have these big eyes, but honestly it comes down to how I fill in my brows and how I apply my eyeshadow and the techniques that I use that make me look like I have way bigger eyes than I actually do. Also, keep in mind that 90% of the time I am looking down in my tutorials, so of course it's going to look like I have way bigger eyelids than I do because I'm looking down. But when I look straight, I really don't have these big eyelids. It really comes down to the techniques that I use when applying makeup. Anyway, I'm going in with that rusty brown color and I'm just applying that into my crease and I'm really packing it on there to get the pigment that I want, and then I'm working on blending around the edges. For this step, you are going to want like a tinier blending brush. And then I'm going in with this brighter orange to blend out that darker color. This technique where you start with the darker color and then apply the lighter color is more time consuming, but if you really want like a super pigmented eye look, this is the way to go. Like I said, it may be more time consuming, but it's just gonna give you a better result in the end and a more pigmented look in the end. So I'm just working around the edges, getting it to where I want it, and then of course going back in with the first color, and I just kind of go back and forth until I'm satisfied. I did want to mention that it's okay to bring your eyeshadow pretty far up to the brow bone, as long as it's blended. It just doesn't look good when it's like a harsh eyeshadow in that area, but if it's blended, honestly, it looks really pretty and it can make your eyes appear bigger than they actually are. I know that's something that everyone's scared to do. They're scared to bring out their eyeshadow super far up on the brow bone, but again, if it's done correctly, it actually doesn't look bad at all. Now I'm just going in with the black to deepen up the crease color. I could have went in with the black first if I really wanted this look to be super pigmented and super dark and dramatic, but I didn't want that, so I layered the black on top of the brown. And now I'm going in with the P. Louise and Mama Mitchell eyeshadow base. If you have hooded lids, not hooded lids, whatever you have, this base is so good for cutting the crease. It's a really thick base compared to the P. Louise base, and it's not going to mix in with the eyeshadows that you already have on your eyes already, which a lot of these bases do. They kind of mix in with whatever color you already have, where this one stays true to its nude color because it is so thick and it's not going to transfer. Like, that's the best part about it. And remember, if you do have hooded lids, make sure you are bringing your cut crease above that crease in your eye. If it's not above it, then you're not going to be able to see the cut crease when you're looking straight. The whole point is you want to make the illusion that your crease is a lot higher than it actually is. Since I do this all the time, I kind of know exactly where I need to place my cut crease, but if you don't, just apply a little bit at the lash line, look all the way up, and wherever that eyeshadow base transfers, then you're going to create your cut crease there. Now I'm going in with the whites from the palette, which is one of the best whites I've ever used, by the way, and I'm applying that on the inner corner, and then I'm going to go in with the orange shade that we used earlier, and I'm going to apply that next to it, and I'm just going to go back and forth with the white and the orange to make sure that they're really blended into each other and it's more of a gradient rather than just like a harsh contrast between the two. Once I applied the orange, I'm then going to go in with the dark brown that I use in the crease first, and I'm applying that next to the orange, and again going back and forth between the two colors to create that gradient effect. And then I'm going to go in with the black. I'm just packing that on with this brush, and then I'm going to go in with a blending brush just to make sure that the edges are blended, because obviously black is so harsh and you don't want it to be super duper harsh. I mean, this look is dramatic, but you don't want the lines to look unblended, you know? Now I'm going in with the yellow. Now this is an optional step. It's just one of those things for me. I like to add little details into my looks. I just think, I don't know, when you take pictures, like, it may not seem like a big step, but personally, I just feel like it's just one of those details that really brought this look to the next level. So I just applied it above, like by the brow bone, and then on the inner corner. This step, again, is optional. It's just one of those things, like for artistic purposes, like I like to add little colors in unexpected places. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, we're going to go in with the first color in the palette, which is the like icy purple color, and I'm applying that on the brow bone. Instead of going with the traditional brow bone highlight, I wanted to apply something with a little bit of purple in it just to tie everything together. And then I'm just cleaning up the crease with this little guy here. This brush is great. If you want a really tiny little concealer brush, it's from shopmissa.com. They have all kinds of concealer brushes and they're like $1, so you can't really beat that. Then I'm going in with the NYX pigment primer, but you can also use NYX glitter glue, and I'm just applying that on the white, and then I'm going to go in with the glitter from the Makeup with Jaw and Be Perfect Cosmetics collab. It's in the color Mainsy. It's basically like just like an icy white glitter, and I'm applying that on top of the white because I didn't want it to be an all matte eye. I did want to add a little touch of glitter just because I like glitter, I like shimmer, and I'm bringing that all over the white and then slightly over that like orangey shade, but not too far over. Okay, so now I'm just going in with a liquid liner, and I'm just going to create a pretty dramatic wing with it. I'm using the Ico liquid liner. This is a very good liquid liner, especially if you are kind of a beginner and struggling with how to do wings. This is going to make it a lot easier. However, it doesn't dry completely matte, which is like one of my pet peeves. But it's still very good. It's pigmented and, like I said, very easy to use. And then I'm just going in with that black eyeshadow just to kind of blend the eyeliner and the eye look together. And now I'm going in with white. Now, white is really going to make your eyes pop in the waterline. It's going to make your eyes appear way larger than they actually are. And lately, I've been liking this a lot better than any dark eyeliners on my waterline. I just think the white makes my eyes look way bigger and gives them that like doe-eyed effect, which I personally really like. So I just went in with the dark brown that we used first in the crease, applied that on the lower lash line, and then I blended it out with that like orange shade again. Just kind of repeating the colors we use in the crease. And now I'm just like kind of being picky and going back and forth and making sure that I really like everything. And then I'm going in with the purple, the one we used underneath the brow bone, and I'm applying that on the inner corner just to make my eyes pop, and then again taking the Mainsy pigment and putting that on top. Now I'm taking these mink eyelashes, and I did cut these pretty short. I didn't want to bring them too far into the inner corner. Sometimes I feel like lashes are more flattering if you kind of keep them towards the outer edge. I mean, these aren't super short where they're only on half of my eye, but again, I didn't bring them super far in because I feel like it just, again, makes my eyes appear larger and gives them more of that cat eye effect if I kind of keep the volume towards the edge of the eye. I think a lot of times people close off their eyes by using these super dramatic lashes and bringing them all the way to the inner corner and all the way to the outer corner. Although it looks good on some people, it doesn't work for everybody. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.